inside of us is a God. That's why between the temple, there's a temple of God inside, and then the body is a body of Christ. Because of the energies inside of this body can create whatever we like. Everything, even this set, this is all in my head. The barbershop that I have, it was in my head. I used to always tell everybody how I'm gonna have a big barbershop. My barbershop gonna be this, my barbershop gonna be that while I was in prison. And now I'm here in my barbershop shooting a podcast. That's dope. But anyway, I'm saying we have the power to create as we like. We are the creators. Everything is mental thoughts. So mind you, 70,000 thoughts a day we have uncontrollably. If you know it or not, these thoughts is energetic energy. These thoughts are creative energy. That's why emotion is energy in motion. Every time you generate a feeling, that energy that you just generated is finna leave and go somewhere. And it's gonna create matter for you. That's why you gotta be mindful of your thoughts. Be real mindful of your thoughts. They're gonna go create something for you. And believe it or not, you are a magnet. We all are a magnet to whatever magnetism. You know, we have this magnetic energy that if you think of something over and over and over again, you attract it. So if you fear something and you really don't want it, don't think about it. Because if you think about it over and over and over again, you're going to attract it. That's who we are. If I think about being stopped by the police all the time, I got a fear of cops. I'm always going to get pulled over by the police because I have a fear there, right? Some people have a fear of being robbed. Those people get robbed a lot because they keep thinking about being robbed. That means you're creating all paths for you to being robbed. That's how powerful our thoughts are. Nothing and no one outside of us control our thoughts or control us. Everybody that's in the situation they only in that situation because their thoughts led them there. Had I not changed my way of thinking, I would have still been in prison right now with 2 life sentences. And I was definitely thinking wrong. I was angry. I was hurt. I was frustrated. And all those years I was angry, hurt, and frustrated, I kept attracting angry, hurt people, and situations that kept making me angry and frustrated. They even charged me to a crime I didn't commit while I was in prison. Yeah. Hanging out with people that's no good. Like I had family and friends that was my partners, but they was reckless. But I loved them because they my family. That was my partners. But they had gotten into some shit. They did something in prison. They did something they weren't supposed to do. And they ended up getting me. So while I was in prison fighting a double homicide that I wasn't responsible for, I caught a new case, a whole nother felony while I was in prison because of my family, my friends. Another thing I learned, my thinking was wrong because I kept attracting all this negative vibration, this lower vibration energy based on how I was thinking. That's why now it's important for me to remind everybody who they are and where they come from. You have to be mindful of your thoughts. Your thoughts should be accounted for. Should nobody be so emotional that they just got all these raging thoughts running around, right? If you control the way you think, you control your life. If you're thinking in the past, that's depression, I guarantee it. If you're thinking in the future, that's anxiety. You had to stay in the moment. They always ask me how I got by that. How did you get by prison time? How did you do 23 years for a crime you didn't commit? How did you do that? I stayed in the moment. I stopped thinking about everything I couldn't change. I stopped thinking about tomorrow and I stopped thinking about yesterday. And I start focusing all my energy and my attention on today, the moment. That's why it's a presence. It's a present for a reason. It's a gift. Dogs can do it. You ever wonder why dogs can stay in the moment, don't talk to you, don't have to show you no attention, but they get everything they want. They attract everything they need too because they thinking the same thing. I want to be touched on and I want to be fed. And they get all that all the time. Cats do too. Every animal in the kingdom get what they want by just constantly thinking about what they need. We don't do that. We think about what we don't have. And that's why you're going to get some more of what you don't have. Don't think about that. Generate the feeling of what you already. It's like thinking about a thing so much that you want until you see it show up, until you walk into it because you didn't thought about it so much. Like you oversaturate your mind with the things that you do want, none of the things you don't want, and you're gonna get what you want.